Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria. I'm currently doing 31 days of Halloween and today is day 28. Today I am doing another suggestion slash request from my husband. I am going to be doing a pirate look today. This one's going to be really fun. I have a lot of accessories to go along with this look and I'm really excited about it. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is my eyebrows. I've kind of already started brushing them. I'm going to use my Pear's transparent soap just to make them really fluffy, and I'm also going to use my Anastasia brow pen. Now I'm just going to clean them up with some concealer. I'm mostly going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize palette along with my Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity palette. So I'm going to start with the red in the Charlotte Tilbury palette. It's this red in the Love Glow section. Mostly focusing that on the outer corner and a little bit in the crease. Now on top of that, I'm going to add a little bit of this matte purple from the Pat McGrath palette and this dark purple shimmer. So there are these shades Venomous Void and Smoked Amethyst. So I'm going to start with Venomous Void. Now moving on to that Smoked Amethyst. And I'm focusing that on the outer corner. Bringing it into my crease just a little bit. And I'm just taking a little bit of that first red and blending out that outer corner. I'm also going to add that Smoked Amethyst coming from the inner corner. Now I'm going to take some gold directly in the center with my finger, and I'm going to use two different golds actually. I'm going to start with this one here. It's a little bit warmer. It's more of like a bronzy gold from the Happy Glow section in the Charlotte Tilbury. On top, I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Gold Standard from the Celestial Divinity palette. Now with that Gold Standard, and I'm going to take some more of that red shade in the Charlotte Tilbury and blend out those edges. And I'm going to take the Smoked Amethyst pretty much all the way into the inner corner. And I'm going to take my liquid liner. And it's going to be one of those liners where I kind of bring it into the outer corner and then blend it in with some black eyeshadow. I am going to go ahead and do the other side and my foundation before I move on to my lower lash line. I'm actually been debating whether or not I should do the other side because I am going to be wearing an eye patch, but I think I'll just do it just to have it anyways. Now also before I move on to my lower lash line, I'm going to go ahead and add some bronzer, a little bit of blush, and some highlight. For my bronzer, I'm going to be using my Anastasia powder bronzer. This is the shade Mahogany. For blush, I'm just going to use my NARS in the shade Torrid. For the highlight, I'm going to use the one from the ColourPop Coast to Coral collection. This is the Coastin. Not really trying to make it perfect because I am trying to look a little bit more rugged. So I'm going to go ahead and start the lower lash line. gonna use a lot of the same darker colors that I used, like that matte purple, the amethyst, and maybe even a little bit of the red from the Charlotte Tilbury. I actually am going to start off with that red one. And I'm bringing it down pretty far. I'm taking some of that Venomous Void. This one is going to be closer to my lash line, but still kind of smoking it out. Now with that amethyst, I'm actually going to use a damp brush for this. And of course, a black eyeliner. I'm just using my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil. Now we're going to start to add to this a little bit. So I'm going to take a black eyeshadow on a detailed brush, and I'm going to start to bring this line down for my eye. And I'm going to go over that with some of that amethyst. And I am going to add a little cross on the corner of this eye. I'm going to take a little bit of that Venomous Void and kind of go a little bit around this. The corner of my eye on this side, again, I am going to be wearing an eye patch, so that is pretty much the extent of what I'm going to do with this eye. But on the inner corner of this one, I'm going to add a little bit of gold glitter. I'm just using a little bit of the NYX glitter primer. And this is actually like a gold and silver combination glitter. For lipsticks, I'm going to be using two different ones. I'm going to be using the MAC Powder Kiss Liquid Lip Color. This is one of my fall favorites. This is the shade Make Love to the Camera. And also the shade Lax. This is a ColourPop liquid lipstick. So I'm going to start with the MAC one. Now I do want to add a scar. It's not going to be like a bloody scar or anything like that. It's going to be kind of one that's healed and kind of raised from the skin. So I'm going to be using basically just liquid latex and makeup. I'm just taking some of my liquid latex and I want it to be, yeah, let's do it this way. I want it to be a very concentrated line. I don't want it spread too thin. I'm gonna let that dry before I go over it with a little bit of makeup. And actually, while I wait for this to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and put some lashes on this side. Okay, so it's pretty much dry. Now I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of concealer on the tip of my sponge. Now I'm going to kind of shade it with some of that bronzer that I used. I'm just going to take like a slightly darker brown eyeshadow that's something a little bit darker than my bronzer. And I'm pretty much done. All I really need to do is add accessories. I will be right back. So this is my finished pirate look. Got my eye patch, my hat and earring, and of course my hook. I had a lot of fun doing this one. The scarf that I'm using is one that I just had, and I actually cut it down the middle because it was just a lot of fabric, and now I have two scarves that are exactly the same. But it definitely worked for this, especially with the colors. And my husband actually, he really wanted me to put a gold tooth in, and I was going to, but the one that he got is really, really big, like bigger than my teeth, and the process is just a lot. You have to boil the little stuff that sticks to your teeth, and you have to wait for it and all this stuff. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that right now. yes, this is day 28 of 31 days of Halloween. We are so close to the end. I do have some fun looks planned for the last few days, and on the 31st I will be doing a couple's costume with my husband, and I am really excited about that one. I'm a little nervous because it's going to be a challenge, but we're up for it, so we're gonna do that. I am also looking forward to getting back to reviewing makeup for you guys. I have already started looking at things that are yet to be released, that are actually going to be released within the next week or so, that I am planning on getting, along with some things that have been released that I haven't been able to get a hold of yet. And I am very close to reaching 1,000 subscribers, and when I do, I will be doing a Q&A / little get to know me video. So I have already been asked a few questions that I will be answering in that video, but if there's anything that you want to know, definitely let me know in the comments. I am looking forward to answering some questions for you guys. And yeah, that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Or maybe I won't, but this I will.